Hey guys, and welcome back to What If Soul. I'm your host, Broken Soul, and it's time for a new episode of What If Ash Could Start Over. But before we get started, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe, guys. It means so much to me, guys. Thank you so much. So now, the recap. Where we last left off, Ash had finally had his full 6-on-6 Pokemon battle with Brock. After a long and arduous battle, he was finally able to beat his oldest friend and rival, Brock, earning, or rather re-earning, the Boulder Badge from him. After saying goodbye to his family, Brock then decided to accompany Ash on his journey and travel around with him like the old days. They make it to Mount Moon, which is where we resume our story. Ash and Brock make their way to Mount Moon, where they see their old friend, Seymour. I did some research, and it turns out he's not a professor or a doctor or anything like that. He's just a guy who studies the Clefable and Clefairy. Like, not even like a professor or a doctor, just Seymour. Nothing wrong with that, I just thought, neat. Anyway, back to the story, guys. After saying goodbye to all their friends over at Mount Moon, the Clefairy, the Clefable, and Seymour, Ash and Brock make their way out of Mount Moon, where along Route 3, they kind of drag their feet a little bit. And by drag their feet, I mean Ash just challenges every single trainer he comes across. Needless to say, it's kind of annoying Brock and Pikachu a little bit. Yeah, they're gonna be a while. But eventually, they do make their way to Cerulean City, where upon arriving into the city, they make their way straight for the Pokemon Center, where Brock tries and yet again fails to get a date with Nurse Joy. Side note, guys, I feel bad for Brock, you know? The anime always makes fun of him, always with those stupid, like, he'll never get a girl jokes. So you know what? I'm gonna do something the anime has never done. So I'm making an announcement. As soon as my YouTube channel hits 1,000 subscribers, the very next video, or wherever I am in the story, I will give Brock a date. Don't know if the date will go good, but I will give him a date. Moving on, we now enter the cafeteria of the Pokemon Center, where Ash and Brock are just sitting down, enjoying a meal while Ash's Pokemon are getting looked at. When they actually overhear some people talking about the Cerulean City gym. They hear how one trainer says it's a darn shame how the gym is no longer in active service due to it becoming a water ballet. That's when Ash gets up and says, "Wait, what do you mean a water ballet?" That's when the trainer elaborates more, saying that a few months ago, the Cerulean City gym stopped taking challenges altogether and opened back up to become a water ballet like they did some time ago. That's when Ash looks to Brock and says, "Did you know this?" Brock then tells Ash to calm down. "Yes, I did know about this. This is what I was trying to tell you about. Misty's sisters came back from their vacation a few months ago. They actually took over the entirety of the gym, completely undermining Misty's authority as a gym leader, her status, everything. They literally grabbed all of her Pokemon and just started having them do ballets and dances again. Her Pokemon are miserable. They hate it. I've tried appealing to the Pokemon League, but they said they can't do anything about it considering the fact that all three of her sisters essentially outrank her as being seniority for the gym, despite the fact that she's been here the whole time." Ash is seeing red, getting so mad, saying, "That tears it," before running out of the Pokemon Center, actually forgetting his Pokemon. That's when Brock follows behind him and going, "What are you doing?" Ash then screaming at the top of his lungs as he's running out, saying, "Those three have made a complete mockery of the Cerulean City gym for far too long. They don't deserve to be gym leaders. They don't deserve to even be Pokemon trainers. So I'm gonna run down there and give them a piece of my mind." "But Ash, what about your Pokemon?" Growling in frustration, Brock just follows along with Ash, thinking to himself, I better make sure he doesn't do anything too stupid, before running right behind him. After arriving at the Cerulean City gym, Ash notices a crowd of people leaving the building. Ash then takes this moment to run inside, going past the lobby into the main hall, where he sees a giant tank set up where it's used for Pokemon ballets. At the top of the tank, he notices 3 girls all drying themselves off, getting ready to go backstage where they can finally change out of their swimsuits. When he shouts, getting the attention of all 3, spooking them a little bit. They all look down and they see Ash with a serious expression on his face and saying, "I'm Ash from Pallet Town, and I'm here to challenge the Cerulean City gym for a battle." It's just then that the eldest sister, Lily, actually makes her way down from the tank and up to Ash, saying, "Sorry little boy, but you need to leave. This is no longer a gym. We are now just a water ballet." Her other 2 sisters walking right behind her, echoing the same sentiment. Ash then going, "I didn't mean you. Where's Misty at?" All 3 sisters just shrug and say, "We don't know where that little pest is. And even if we did, this is no longer a gym like we said. We just focus on the ballet. She wants to focus on the gym battles, but those are just too boring and stupid, honestly." Ash is getting mad, and I mean mad. He's actually about to shout again when Brock comes up behind him, calming him down. He then asks the sisters politely and calmly, "Where would Misty be at? And why is this place no longer a gym? Why is it now a ballet?" That's when the middle sister Violet speaks up and says, "Well, we used to be an official gym, but then after so many losses, it just got kind of boring, and plus we want to focus more on our actual entertainment. We have more fans now, it's a lot more profitable and it's a lot more fun. Besides, Misty's the one who likes to battle. For us, it was just a job, we didn't like it anyway." Brock, even getting a little bit upset, actually looks over and says, fun or not, you still have a responsibility as gym leaders to still accept challenges and distribute badges. That's when the youngest of the three sensational sisters, Lily, pipes in and says, yeah, that's why we just give away badges. Anybody who wants one just takes a free one. No battling involved. Easy peasy. Both Ash and Brock are getting really mad. That's when Ash asks, alright, then where's Misty at? That's when they both hear a voice they haven't heard in a very long time. I'm right behind you. Both Ash and Brock turn around to see Misty with a Pokeball in her hand and a smile on her face. Both Ash and Brock are real happy to see her. That's when Daisy pipes in and says, ah, Misty, good to see you. Hey, your two boyfriends are here. Do us a favor, make sure you put everything back how it was and get everything ready for tomorrow's ballet, okay? Thanks, before just walking away with her other sisters. Misty looking upset and almost defeated as all three of her sisters just walk away without even saying another word. Ash and Brock look at her concerningly, saying, Misty, are you okay? What's wrong? That's when Misty just shakes her head going, I'm fine, but the gym's in a complete disaster. I need your help. Ash and Brock are both looking surprised, saying, what can we do to help? I'll explain in a little bit. Meet me back at the Pokemon Center. It's at this point that Ash actually realizes that he forgot Pikachu and the others back over at the center, so he actually sprints over there without saying another word. Brock then going, Misty, are you sure you're okay? I'm fine, Brock. Like I said, I'll explain everything in a little bit, okay? I'll see you at the center. Okay, Misty, Brock says before walking away. By the time Ash makes it back to the Pokemon Center, Nurse Joy informs it that all of his Pokemon are fighting fit. Ash then takes Pikachu and all of his Pokeballs and says, thank you, Nurse Joy, I appreciate it, before he and Brock take a seat in the lobby waiting for Misty to return. In the meantime, Ash actually makes a phone call to Professor Oak, sending back all of his Pokemon except for Bayleaf and Gibble. He says he wanted to stick with them for a while longer. After about an hour, Misty makes her way into the Pokemon Center and sees that Ash and Brock are sitting in the lobby. She makes her way over to them, sitting down giving off a sigh, saying, so I guess you guys want to know what's going on with the gym, huh? That's when Ash says, yeah, we want to know what's going on. Brock says that your gym was taken over? Misty then says, yeah, let me explain. A few months ago, everything was going perfectly. I was getting stronger every day, I was accepting challengers, and the reputation of the gym was just getting better and better. Until one day, I got a phone call from my oldest sister Daisy. She says that their cruise that they were on had finally ended and they were actually on their way back to Cerulean City. I was actually expecting for all three of them to be proud of me for actually running the gym perfectly and making sure everything was running the way a gym leader is supposed to make it run. But as soon as they got back, they just took everything over. They completely undermined my authority. They kept shooing away challengers without telling me. Anytime that maintenance was done in the gym or in the battlefield, they would always be there just messing around or having fun and leaving me to clean up all the mess. They kept practicing more and more with the giant tank that they have for ballets, and anytime I need to do any kind of training with my Pokemon or anything, they would just blow me off and never give me a chance to do anything. I tried my best to run this gym as smoothly as I could, even with my sister taking control, but it's getting harder and harder. But then when I got that call from Lance a while back explaining to me that you were going to re-challenge each of the gyms, I was more than excited. I figured maybe if the champion of a region was gonna come by, maybe my sisters would finally let me actually use the gym or actually see me as an actual gym leader because they asked for me specifically. But as you heard my sisters say, they think that Pokemon battling is a joke. They think it's lame. They think it's a stupid sport that nobody likes. All they're really worried about is just themselves and their fans. They don't really even care about the battling. Honestly, I don't even know if they care about me that much. That's when Ash gets really mad. He actually stands up and says, I can't believe this. Your sisters are the ones who are stupid. They're the ones who can't see you for who you are. You're a strong, competent trainer, an amazing person, and a really good friend. Why can't they see that? That's when Misty just lowers her head and says, I don't know. They've always seen me as just the punching bag of the family. Brock then turns to Misty and says, I can't believe this. I'm the eldest of 10 and I never had to once be mean to my brothers and sisters. I've always taken care of them. It's an older sibling's job to take care of their younger siblings, no matter what. Sure, even I'll admit, every now and then I would mess with my younger siblings, but it was in good, clean fun. And it was like little things, like switching out their socks or scaring them on Halloween a little bit too much. But that was the worst I ever did. What your sisters are doing is just straight bullying. Misty's actually about to start to cry when Ash puts a hand on her shoulder saying, Don't worry, Misty, I promise, we're gonna help you get your gym back. Misty, with a smile on her face and a tear in her eye, thanks her two best friends, actually pulling them into a hug. They really are her best friends. After the hug, Ash goes, Alright, so let's figure this out. How are we going to get your sisters to actually see reason, or at the very least to get them to get off their butts and start being gym leaders like they should? Misty says, I don't know. I mean, when they first got into ballet, they only got into it because they went to go and see a show one time, and then they were hooked because they saw how many people liked it and all the different stuff. For years, whenever we were at the gym, they always just saw it as like, no one's gonna see us, it's just us battling other trainers. The only people who see it is just whoever's in attendance at the time. That's when Ash goes off on a tangent saying, you're right, the gyms aren't exactly a spectator sport. However, when they get to the competition, it's always a big old thing. There's always cameras, there's lights, it's a stadium, there's hundreds of thousands of fans, it's televised, there are speakers, there's announcements, there's... Wait a minute. That's it! Brock, Misty, and Pikachu all look at Ash in surprise going, what do you mean that's it? Ash, with a devilish smile, says, I think I know exactly how we're gonna get your gym back, Misty. Misty in surprise says, how? Do you still have your Psyduck with you? Yeah, why? Oh, you'll see. The next day at the gym, Misty's older sisters have a ballet set up. The stadium is filled with fans and spectators, all getting ready to watch the water ballet. The lights are all on, everything's ready to go, even the tank is set up. However, it's just then that the lights turn off. The people in the crowd are actually starting to scream and wonder what's going on, what happened? That's when they actually hear off the loudspeakers, they hear a certain voice. Ladies and gentlemen, due to unforeseen circumstances, the ballet of the Brave Little Seal has been cancelled. Groans, whispers, murmurs, and a bunch of complaints can actually be heard all throughout the stadium. As the voice says that, the giant water tank for the ballet actually makes its way down to the floor and is replaced instead with a water battlefield. Thank you, modern day technology. The announcer goes on to say, instead, we have a real treat for you. Please welcome Cerulean City Gym Leader, Misty! A spotlight then shines down on Misty, showing her with a Pokemon in her hand and a determined look on her face. The announcer then goes on to say, ladies and gentlemen, today we have a special treat for you. For today we have a gym challenge, but not just any gym challenge. Please, let me introduce to you the first champion of Alola, the challenger, Ash Ketchum of Pallet Town. As another spotlight shines on Ash as he walks onto the battlefield with Pikachu on his shoulder, determined look on his face, ready for a gym challenge. And finally, with our guest host referee, please welcome Pewter City Gym Leader Brock. A third spotlight shines on Brock, showing all three friends smiling, whipping at the crowd. The crowd actually getting pretty excited to see this match. All three of them seeing three high-level trainers all in one spot. Several people are wondering to themselves, man, this is pretty good, but what happened to the Waterflower sisters? Flashback. A few minutes earlier, as Daisy, Lily, and Violet make their way over to the main battlefield so they can perform their ballet, a certain little Psyduck is actually blocking their way to the hallway. All three sisters look in annoyance at the Psyduck going, hey, isn't that Misty's Psyduck? Yeah, shoot, get out of here. All three just taunt and probe the Psyduck. Luckily, Misty and Psyduck have making some pretty high progress together. That's when Psyduck's eyes glow blue with psychic energy as it uses psychic to pick up all three girls. All three sensational sisters start to scream and shout saying, let us down, put us down, put us down. But Psyduck just walks all three of them into the stadium, into the bleachers, right up on the front row on three seats that all say reserve. Misty really wanted her sister to see her in action. All three sisters are actually in shock when they see how excited the entire crowd is to see Misty about to battle Ash. In fact, Lily pipes up saying, wow, this is amazing. Violet going, oh, I didn't think they'd be this excited to see Misty. And then Daisy says, girls, hush, I think the battle's about to start. It's just then that Brock makes his announcement. Ladies and gentlemen, this will be a full 6-on-6 Pokemon battle between the challenger Ash Ketchum of Pallet Town and Cerulean City Gym Leader Misty. The rules are simple. A winner will be determined when all 6 of either Pokemon are unable to battle. Furthermore, only the challenger may substitute Pokemon. Ash, Misty, are you both ready? Ash and Misty both nod. They're both ready to go. Please, show your first Pokemon. Making the first move, Misty calls out, let's go Seaking! The goldfish Pokemon takes the battlefield. Both Brock and Ash are amazed. Misty finally was able to evolve her Goldeen. Alright Misty, this is the first time you and I are finally going to have a full 6-on-6 Pokemon battle. And it's for my gym title. I'm really excited about this. Misty smiling saying, yeah Ash, me too. That's when Ash calls out, let's go Scraggy! His little Unova Pokemon takes the battlefield with a determined look on its face. It's ready to go. That's when Brock calls out, battle begin. And that's where we're going to leave it off for now, guys. I know this was a short episode, and I'm sorry, guys. I'm just setting things up for the next episode where it's going to be a full 6-on-6 battle with Misty. This is something I've actually been excited about for a long time. So let me know what you guys think about this one, okay? Don't forget to like and subscribe. It means a lot to me. So, until next time, guys, may your souls be ever bright. I love you guys. Bye.